So, we are trapped in a high security prison, and everyone here wants to kill us. And we've got 24 hours before they make it happen. What do you say we do a jailbreak? It's nice to meet you, by the way. My name is Scott. Now, I know that you're worried. You're trapped in a jail cell. You've been convicted of a crime you didn't commit. There's a whole lot of people here that seem to want you dead. Well, fortunately for you, I happen to be here. Now, the truth is, it's not a coincidence. I have a friend, I don't know, that might be a strong word, but he's known as the Question. And the Question is a really good investigator. He looks into unusual cases, and he looked into yours. And what he found out is that you were framed. I'm sure that you're not going to argue with that. But here's the thing. The problem is you were framed by some really powerful people. And they don't want you to get out of this jail cell alive. And they've paid some very, very nasty people inside to make sure that you don't see the light of day. And that's exactly why I robbed a bank unsuccessfully. Now, that was on purpose because I'm actually very good at breaking into things and breaking out of things. So what I did was I went to the First National Bank. I broke in, I sat down on a pile of money, and I waited for Superman to show up. He always does, you know, he's very prompt. But here's the thing, Superman and I know each other, just between you and me. And he took me to jail, and he and I have an understanding. So I ended up here in prison getting transferred extra early because I have little friends and connection on the outside. Hey, when you're friends with the most powerful man on the planet, you know, you can get away with these things. Now you might ask yourself, why didn't Superman just bust you out of here? Because legally he can't. His hands are kind of tied. That big blue guy, he has to do things the right way. He has to be careful. He has to be precise. I don't. My job is to break into things and break out of things. My job is to escape scot-free. And that's what I'm going to help you do. So, here's what we're going to do. Tonight at dinner, you are going to get a bellyache. Now, it's the oldest trick in the book, but we're really going to sell it. And that's why I've got this little pill for you. Right before you eat, you're going to take that. And you are going to vomit your guts out. I know, it sucks. But a couple of things are going to happen. One, it's going to be very, very convincing. Everyone on the floor is going to know that you are being transferred to the infirmary. Starting to get an idea here? You're going to be transferred to the infirmary and you are completely incapacitated. Now, what do you think those nasty bruisers are going to do? Tonight, they're going to break into the infirmary, maybe pay off a few guards so that they're looking the other way. They're going to slip up to your sleeping form. They're going to pull out their shivs and they're going to jam it into you. And you won't be there. They're going to deflate and defrock a whole bunch of pillows that are delicately arranged where you used to be. Now, Question is, of course, where are you going to be? You're going to be escaping with me. Now, I do love Shawshank Redemption, but I don't really like sewage tunnels. Clogs up my sinuses, you know? Now, I used to escape from literally the worst place on earth. I take that back. The worst place in the universe. You see, I was raised by a very interesting woman known as Granny Goodness. Every day, she would lock me in the deepest, darkest dungeon. And every day, I would try to escape. And I got closer and closer and closer every time. And every time she caught me, she would put me back. She would lock me down even tighter. And she would say, "Little Scotty, you will never escape from Granny. Granny Goodness is always watching over you." But I did escape. And what's more is one of my captors, a lovely, big-boned lady by the name of Big Barda, she and I escaped together. So together, we have all kinds of fun adventures. But again, Big Barda is more of the smashy through the wall kind of person, and that's not what we want here. What we want to do here is we want you to escape alive, but we also want you to escape in a way that will help to prove your innocence. So, what we are going to do is we are going to leave a few things that I've pre-made and hidden on my person coming in. Don't ask where I hid them. And they are going to be left in your jail cell. So naturally, when you are found to be missing from the infirmary, they're going to first look for you in your jail cell. They're not going to find you there. What they're going to find are a few key documents. And it's going to show that you have evidence that the person who convicted you actually did it, and that you have found proof, and that you're going to go and get that proof. And it's going to have diagrams and maps and all kinds of things showing exactly where you're going to go. Now you might say to Scott, "Scott, I don't have any of these things." Doesn't matter. The point is, that's immediately going to be leaked to the man who ordered your death. And that is going to send his flunkies looking for that evidence. And the police will be there waiting for them. They will arrest them. They won't be able to get the big man in charge. As much as I would love to say that we're going to bring down Lex Luthor today, it's not going to happen. But what it's going to do is we will be able to prove these individuals work for Lex Luthor. And since we're going to be able to do that, we're going to be able to prove your innocence and get you free. It's going to take a few more steps than that, but let me put it this way. By the time you come out of hiding, you will be fully exonerated. So that's going to solve that, but I still haven't mentioned to you something that you're probably really wondering about. How the heck am I going to get out of here? Well, isn't it obvious? You're going to fly out. Pause for laughter. Now, I have a rather ingenious system for building a small but very effective hot air balloon. Now, I could use some of my extremely advanced technology. I have a few cool hover discs and things like that to simply fly us out of here. Boom, we'd be gone. However, as strange as it may seem, this prison is actually very well protected against high technology because there are so many supervillains that try to break out of here. If I try to use any of those gadgets, it's going to set off those alarms. So we need to go a little old school. So what we're going to do is you and I are about to head over and we're about to get some sheets and we're going to treat them with a very special substance. It's going to essentially make them like the type of fabric you would use for a hot air balloon. And all we're going to need then is a whole lot of heat. Now, that would be a problem because normally we would need a very sizable device to generate that much heat. However, your old buddy Superman has brought me a little device that I have also kept in a place you do not want to know about. And when I break the capsule, it will generate a tremendous amount of heat. I'm told that they used it on Krypton for camping parties. And so you and I are going to be on top of this prison. We are going to pop that. It's going to inflate the balloon, and we're going to fly off. Now, the basket is going to be somewhat rudimentary, as it will primarily be made out of license plates. Yeah. So it's not going to be the most comfortable thing in the world. However, it's going to get the job done. I think it's going to take us in the right direction tonight. We are going to be picked up by Big Barda. We're going to be swept away. We're going to be kept nice and hidden. We're going to let Luthor's goons go to the wrong place and expose themselves. And the Metropolis PD are going to pick them up. And you will be sipping Mai Tais with me on a beach while we wait for this all to blow over. So, are you ready to have a miracle? Good. Let's get scot-free. Didn't you know? There's no escape from these videos. That's why you should go ahead and subscribe to Roleplay Riot. Hit that little bell so you'll get a new notification every time a new video comes up. And really, thank you for watching.